So, hello, dear beautiful family. Like we can actually call ourselves like that because we are. Like we have been here progressing and growing together for some of you for kind of almost like 2 years. Like this is so crazy. Sometimes I'm like, what? And it's so even with you, Claire, like 2023, right? So 25 is actually the second year since we met and we started exchanging energies and knowledge and all sorts of stuff. So this is it's really like very intimate. I found this group really like a soul family. We are so like interconnected, and I love it. And well, welcome to our call today. And what we are going to do today? Well, first we're going to I'm going to go and ask you guys how are you doing? Is there anything you want to share? Any good, anything that happened, or just, saying hello, or if you have any questions, you can ask them now while the others are coming, and then we're going to dive into our topic today. I want to do a personal. I think this is my idea. This is what I felt like doing a personal channeling for each of you. Uh, then the question is focused on how you can embody better um, that identity that is living the reality you desired. So, and then we will call forth your guides, your higher self, and exactly see what is that exact thing that you need to hear today, the exact maybe process you need to do, the exact whatever you need to do in order to align with that identity. Because we talked about this many times that you are in the process to embodying a new identity. We talked many times that your beingness, right? And especially the last call, I ask you to honestly look into what you are thinking about yourself, like what are the beliefs about who you are, and what are the feelings that are connected to that story, and the awareness that that's what you are, or that's what creates your attraction point, or like whatever you call it. You can either call it it's your vibration, right? It's your frequency that creates your reality. So everything is going to match that who you are aware of being. And in the last few months, we learned many different techniques, like how you can start embodying a different identity. The only way you can change an identity is to become aware of what's going on. Because if you're not aware, you cannot change anything. One of the most powerful ways to change is to make a decision. And lately, in the last few weeks, let's say, I started to really like only do these type of very powerful channelings, and actually bringing in the guides to say to the client how exactly they can embody a new being, how exactly or what exactly is there in the way. Is there any pattern that, like, let's say a thought pattern that they are not aware of, which needs to be, brought into the light and say, oh, right, yeah, that's, I'm doing that a lot. Or yeah, like I didn't even realize that. Or, oh yeah, like there is this thingy, for example, yesterday I did a very powerful channeling for someone, and basically it was like a 40 minutes without stop. And the reading nowadays is just so much more powerful than it was before, because of course I changed a lot and transformed a lot, and I got super like laser focused. My questions are laser focused, and I know exactly where to go. And because imagine this, the way that we are kind of put together, right? It's a combination of a lot of things. And like, yes, it's true that who you are being now, it creates that point of attraction or that image that is being reflected in your reality as a life. And then through who you are aware of being, so basically what you think about yourself and the stories you're telling, and where your focus is creating your relationships with others, the dynamics with others, it's the situations, the circumstances. So everything comes from that. And so our question is, how can I become aware of a much healthier, much confident, much worthier identity of mine? And it comes down to choosing. It comes down to realizing, like, oh my God, this is what I've been telling myself without realizing. The moment you have that awareness, you can change it. You can say, I'm done with this shit. Um, and then you start using affirmations, you start reaffirming every day, you start bringing in we did many things. We said we did the quantum jump. We did that where you had to sit from one chair to the other and really embody that identity, who is the identity that you want to live through. We talked about morning rituals, like you start your day with embodying that. We talked about gratitude during the day. We talked about rampages that you can say, I'm so lucky, or thank you, I'm so thankful and grateful for. And then start saying all the things that are actually in your life or that are something that you would like to bring on. Then we also talked about, or maybe not in this way, so I'm going to just say it right now in maybe a different way of understanding how you or where you are in the embodiment of the new identity, right? Of while you are changing your identity from an unaware, creating life from an unawareness to actually being aware and saying, oh, well, this is what is going on right now. And I'm aware of what I'm doing. I'm aware that I'm procrastinating. I'm aware that I'm not doing this. I'm aware, like, so it brings more and more awareness. And then you can say, but, like now I can see my own self doing this, but I can change that. I can say no. I can say no. I can say no. Like every moment you can say, when you realize what's going on, you can say, no, 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 no. I already said that this is who I am. So it's basically just coming back to that. Now, there are three different levels of embodying this new identity. The first level is just hoping, right? It's a hope. I hope I can become someone else. And just hear the words. It's like becoming. You don't become, right? You either are this or you are that. There is no in between. So that's the embodiment. So first level, it's hoping that one day I'm going to be able to manifest this, which is awesome, the level of hope, when you are coming from a level of like, this will never work for me, or I can never change my reality, or I can never change this area of my life, or I can never become healthy, or I will, right? So hope is already a much better state to be in. But after hope, you have faith. Faith is when you already start believing without seeing. So you already start giving a lot more energy to your imagination, is where you imagine it and then you stand up, when you assume and then you walk the day like that. When you say, I am, let's say, like, I am confident, I am abundant, I am perfectly healthy. And then you continue your day being aware of that. So living that. And right, that's the second level, right? That you have faith. You are like, I know this is going to happen. I don't see it, so sometimes I'm doubting it, which is okay. But you are on a journey to keep building on it. And then it's the last level. The last level is the knowing level, right? So when you know, you know. When you know, you don't have to do anything, right? So when you know, you stop doing techniques, you stop affirming, you just you just arrive to the embodiment of like, I don't need to see it. I don't need to see proof of it. I don't want to check like, has anything happened yet? Because something inside of you arrived to a level where you just know that it will happen and you don't care anymore. You don't feel like needing to do anything, or it's just all this obsession goes away because I embodied the identity of I am abundant or I am successful, and you don't care. Like, you don't care about your 3D reality because you wake up with this knowing that, I don't give a shit about what my reality, um, or does my reality agree with me or does not agree with me. And because your 3D reality is just a conclusion, is just a reflection, and there is a gap between you becoming and knowing and your 3D rearranging itself. So this is basically what we have been going through the last few months, to taking you to a next level and a next level, and have more faith, and then going into embodiment, into knowing that I am divine consciousness. So my I am, and feeling this I am and embodying this I am, it's not outside of me. So it's not like me being here and then something else is out there. It's understanding that it's an inner work. Like, the work is me. It's giving it to me first. It's me pushing myself and cheering myself inside of me to a level where everything that I ever wanted, I am giving it to myself every day in my imagination. For example, today somebody asked me, so yeah, okay, I got it, but how? Like, uh, how can I understand that it's inside of me, but how can I give it to me if I never have it before? Like, how can I do that? And I said to him, okay, so tell me, what do you want? And said, do you want to feel celebrated? Like, it's success for you, for example. So what does success means for you, right? So that's the first question. Because he said, I want to be successful. Okay, and then what does that mean for you? Like, how do you know you are successful? And what do you feel when you say, now I am successful? And he said, like, what's the image that comes to you? Like, how would you know that? Or would you like to be celebrated? Would you like to feel proud of yourself? Would you like to be valued? Would you like to feel rewarded or awarded? Or like, what is the feelings? Because remember, the feelings inside of you create reality, right? So if you feel successful and then you feel valued and worthy and inside of yourself, which is your own creation, right? Then that has to be reflected into your outer reality. So I asked him, right, like, what is that what you want? And he says, like, yeah, I would love to feel rewarded and I would love to feel celebrated. And I said to him, okay, so I know that you love, or you have this in your imagination, because you told me a lot. You would like to teach others. You would like to keep small talks or give small talks to communities, who are about sustainability. And he's like, oh yeah, I would love that. So I'm like, so how you give it to yourself is that you close your eyes and you imagine yourself, let's say at the end of your speech, right? The end of your speech. And then you are like kind of the last words, and then see the people that you were talking to standing up and clapping. and just allow yourself to feel and receive that in your imagination, to receive, and then go on with your imagination and bring them in front of you and see them congratulating you, see them shaking your hand, feel them shaking your hand, like really feel, so it's what we said, engaging all your five senses, and feel how they're shaking your hand, see, look into their eyes, right? And hear them, a man, for example, saying, "Oh my God, like you just blew my mind. Like I've never heard anything like this before. You are absolutely amazing, incredibly fantastic." Like, oh my God. And I want you to do this slow so you allow yourself to feel the words, how you are receiving, how your body receives the words, and just allow yourself to linger in that, into like, oh yeah, like I'm amazing. So this is one way you can do this, to really give it to yourself, because in that moment you are already living it, right? You cannot deny it. Your whole body is living the moment, and in that moment you are being a successful person. So this is one way you can embody. You can also do it for yourself, like what we said last time. I hope you did that, to start writing down all your worth and values and skills and knowledge and experience, so you absolutely see for yourself who you have become and you don't take it for granted. It's like, yeah, well, I save a pigeon every day. That's why we were talking with a client. It's like, like it's just, yeah, of course it's normal for me to all the time help and all the time support and all the time give. And it's like, and she's like, yeah, but that's normal. I'm like, no, it's not normal. It's not normal.
Mhm.
This is an amazing thing you're doing. You are such a gift to humanity. Like you have to see that for yourself. You have to be able to see like, oh my God, this is who I am. So it's awareness. It's awareness of realizing. So I hope you did that. You did that thingy. And then I really recommend, if you haven't, to just really read it then every day, or just one part, let's say, or before you go to bed, to really allow yourself to see, like, for example, how you have grown today, even if it's a little thing. Or if you had one realization, or you had one small synchronicity, or some luck that you had, that you would not consider it, like you just got there at the boulangerie, and then you just got the last bread, and it was just like, ooh, it was for me. They were guarding it, for me, and it's like, wow, like, thank you for that. So there's many ways that we learned, and I was giving you ideas of how you can build inside of you these emotions that you so much crave to feel. Because guys, we talked about this many times. I'm just kind of recapping, to have it again more in your awareness, that if on a daily basis we have thoughts and beliefs about ourselves that we are not aware of, and then they are keep thinking about them, and then you have the feelings related to them, but you want to create a reality, that it has nothing to do with your state of being, of actual state of being, then it's impossible. Like, you have to come here, you have to embody those emotions and those thoughts. And how you do that? By repetition, by decisions, by realizations, and saying, oh, there you go, it's like, this is what I has used to be doing. Or, and then you are like, no, hey, we're going back, this is who I am. Is that realization and awareness of re-identification. And it only happens, and it happens fast. And I say fast, I mean weeks, couple of months. When you want to completely change an identity, it can go up to 6 months. Like, you are not, it doesn't have to do with time, anything with time really, but it's a journey that you are going through, and each and every day and each and every moment, it's a winning, it's a win. And it's the becoming that why you are here, actually, your core purpose. And this is so beautiful. Yesterday, or no, the day before, I did a channeling for someone, and they asked, so what's my purpose? Actually, when the yesterday, everybody's asking this, even the client from yesterday is like, so what's my purpose?
Mm.
And the purpose is, that's why I want to do a little bit of channeling for you guys to see, like if there's anything that you can see, have here, that can help you shift even more into that self-realized identity. But the purpose for everyone was, it's you, it's your journey is the purpose. Like there is no goal to arrive to. It's the journey on itself, it's your purpose. Every day it's your realization. So the purpose, it was so beautiful. They said the purpose is your journey of remembering who you truly are. And that's a moment by moment journey. So you are here for the realizations, for like saying, oh wow, okay, that's crazy, I've just realized that, blah 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 blah, whatever. Or every aha moment, every growth, every everything, every change, every new decision, every new manifestation, every new experience, every new thought, every new state of being, it's why you are here. Because what you're doing, you are feeding this into the collective. Because when you arrive, everybody, right? All the things that you are experiencing, none of that is yours. It's not who you are. You are awareness. But then you start breathing in. Like imagine this collective thoughts and collective emotions. It's what you are experiencing, right? So it's kind of you plug in the moment you arrive, you plug in to the collective. And then that's what you are breathing through. That's what you start experiencing, but it's not who you are. So you guys, light workers, right, star seeds, came here to realize that what they are breathing in and out, all these crazy thoughts and beliefs and emotions, are not who they are. So each realization is feeding back into the collective. Like each realization is like, hey guys, but that's not who I am. But every realization is unplugging collectively. It's basically increasing the gap between the matrix, that false reality that we are living, and the original matrix, or the reality of who you are and what you are capable of. So each realization is making this gap bigger and bigger. So that's your job. Your job is your own journey, but your own journey is not your own journey. It's just every thought. Just imagine every realization is fed back into the collective. Every new growth that you have is fed back into the collective, because it's your way to awakening. It's your way to say, well, that's not mine either, thank you. Oh, I've just realized that's oh, this is what I've taken upon, and that's not mine either, thank you. Thank you, no, thank you, I'm done, thank you. I'm choosing, I'm choosing, I'm choosing, I'm choosing. That's what you're doing. And you are choosing for yourself, but you feeding all that back into the collective, so they can also come and walk the same journey. So they can have, because imagine before us, the collective did not have the thoughts we have. They did not have the choice we have. They did not have the visions we have. They did not have even that thought that it can be done differently, that there is another option, that there is a healing. Like if you think back to our parents, they didn't even have the thought, let alone the techniques and methods and everything we have, and the knowledge and the like content that's out there, free, available, and what you are doing here. So it was so beautiful, because they said that's why you came. Like it's already done. because you knew it, you imagined it, you planned it, but now you are experiencing it, you bringing in, and it's so beautiful. Adamus talked exactly about the same thing in the last shout. If you want to, guys, go back and listen on YouTube, Crimson Circle YouTube channel, Adamus Saint Germain's last channeling, shout number 7. And he was talking exactly about the same thing that I've been receiving, and we've been talking lately about, and so much again with Simela we were doing and Anche some channeling, and I heard again the same thing Adama said, and I was like, yeah, we are just, everybody is on the same wavelength and the same flow. We are all connecting the same collective transformation, and so it's done. Awakening, it's done. Everything is already done. We already awakened. We already ascended. The new earth is done, and we are living happily ever after, because it's our soul has already created that, right? On levels that that we are not aware of, but the experiencing it with the physical body is what is happening now. So you are just allowing it. You are going in through the experience of it. So there's nothing to figure out or anything. It's just going through this and allowing and having this like, oh wow, okay, that's interesting. So all these new realizations of aha moments and transformations, and letting go of the layers and layers and layers that are not yours, because you are infinite divine being. So with that said, hello everyone who has arrived in the meantime. And hi, Simela and Renate. Okay, guys, any question? Do you have any question? We can do, yeah, I'm going to ask. And if you have anything you want to ask, share, then we do this now. And then I go with each of you and connect to see if you get. So the question for me, for your guides, were, what is that thing that you have to hear, know, do in order to embody even more that identity, whether it's that your more abundant identity or healthier identity or whatever identity you are manifesting. Okay. Okay. No questions, nothing to share today. Everybody's very quiet. All righty. Good then. We're going to go with the channelings then. Right. We're going to start with Claire because you are first in the line. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly have a scanning. And yeah, okay, so I'm connected with your higher self. So can we please have, is there anything that, I think a better question. Anything that Claire needs to hear, know, do, embody in order for her to be able to experience the reality she desires. Okay, so yeah, the first thing that comes up is your father. It's the relationship with your father is very, very important for you to come to terms with that. It's still pretty, it is still very, what's the word? Yes, there are things that were not said, So let's say there's unsaid content there. And it's very important because the relationship with everybody, well, the relationship of women with their father is actually the relationship with the material, with money and finances, stability. So,
Security.
hmm?
Security.
Yeah, security. And I know, Claire, that I gave you that meditation to start clearing your root chakra and your sacral chakra. Well, basically the bottom three chakras. Are you doing that?
Yes, not every day, but usually, yes.
Yeah, okay. That's
And the last time I had the the impression that my root chakra was like a football. It was enormous.
very good. Yeah, it's because, of course, that's why I said it's so important for you to focus into your body, because it really creates a lot of change for especially people who are spending the 99% of their time in their head. And in you wanted to be able to channel. Now, it's very important to be able to focus, and that's how you start feeling and become more sensitive to sensations, that you spend more time inside of your body and focused on your chakras. It's going to increase your sensibility, and that's what you want. Okay,
Mhm.
so continue doing that. Um, you can go on higher chakras if you want, but also always include and start at the root chakra. So you might do 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, and then you do right now what I'm seeing is more throat chakra. So what you want to do, your meditation, that you do 2 minutes, and then you spend at least 5 minutes on the throat chakra. And then, guys, you can do that. There's many ways you can either breathe through, you can breathe in light, and then breathe out everything that it's not of light until you feel like it's absolutely only breathing in and out, only light. And then you go to the next chakra. Now, throat chakra in your case, Claire, it's with your father. Like when you done the 5 minutes of clearing your throat, either chanting the mantra, um, which is hang, right? The mantra for the throat chakra is hang. So you chant that for 5 minutes, and then what you want to bring your father in the room with you, in front of you, sitting in front of you. And I want you to start telling, like, to talk to him as if he was there, and then say everything that you were not able to express while he was alive, or whatever, when you were a child, or whatever. Like, I feel like there's needs to be things that needs to be said, uh,
Mhm.
and and also things to be need to be forgiven, right? So either you say first I forgive, and then you say all the things you forgive, and then also you ask for forgiveness. Okay, like I ask your forgiveness for, I'm sorry, whatever you need to say sorry for. So everything that needs to be said, forgiven, accepted, acknowledged, please, out loud. And then if you want, you can hug each other, and then you can see him going up into the light. Okay, and that's the end of
Mhm.
your process. And the message is continue doing the that meditation. If it's every second day, that's also awesome.
Mhm.
Um, you can change, either you chant or you just breathe the light, or whichever you want, or you do my meditation, whichever you feel, but keep continuing because it's helping you a hell of a lot.
Right, fine. Yes, thank you. Mhm.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that. That's helping you getting closer, right? Embodying more worthiness, embodying more of what you want, believing more that you can have anything you want. Okay. Affirmation, keep continuing to say your affirmations. Like, I am, worthy beyond belief. and whatever you feel like saying. Very good, guys. We go on. Let's say David.
Mhm.
Okay, so thank you for Claire
Yes,
messages.
thank you.
Okay, we are changing to David. Okay, tuning in. What does he need to hear today? Anything that will help him embody more? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. How so sorry. The first thing that comes up is still you still have this not enoughness on some levels, right? So there absolutely there's many things that happen. You worked with this, but the first thing that comes up is that not enoughness. Like I'm not enough to deserve to just have the life that I imagine for myself. So I can still feel resistance between your desire and then allowing yourself, or even it's not even that, it's the believing that's possible, really. It's and that obviously comes down to not enoughness, but it's your belief of that being possible for you. So let's say how you can address this. Okay, so it keeps bringing me back to a concrete situation. Um, Yes, okay. So I'm thinking if you can still access, maybe not, but maybe then I'm going to share in the group. There was that process that we did, which I guided you last year, and where you are able to ask your subconscious mind to show you the first
Yeah.
experience where you believe that it's not possible. So something happened and then you really, 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 really wanted, but and then there is something that it came up like, well, but like that's like for everyone else, but that's not available. It's not possible for me.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, to access right now to this.
No, you can do it after.
Okay.
So you just guide yourself back. You don't really need, I don't think you need anymore the guided meditation. You just you do some breathing, you count yourself back, you just walk down the steps slowly, and then just kind of with that walking down, you intentionally let like release all the thoughts and the stress and the sensation of the body, kind of like clearing everything so you can be present and empty, let's say. And then you can still do a more breathing until you really are like, okay, now I'm here. Now I have no things going on in my head. And then just asking your subconscious to show you the first, like subconscious, show me the first memory that comes up for me related to it's not possible, and then just
Mhm.
see what comes up, like what is the thing that pops up, and then just become aware of maybe it's just sensation in the body or whatever is going on for you, and just become aware, because when you are aware, like, oh yeah, like I decided that when I was 6, or I decided that when I was 7 and I was not able to win the competition or whatever, and then or I gave up even before trying because the person, like my classmate, was taller, with one head taller than me, so just looking at him, I abandoned the whole thing even before trying, or whatever is that's like, oh gee, because there is something that you are still, it's still running in you saying, well, yeah, but that's not possible, so I won't bother. And that won't bother it's quite I can sense energetically that
Mhm.
that not possible. And that's why for you it just so many times like, yeah, but how? Yeah, but how? Yeah, but how? Because that is like, that's what faith would come in. That's like you don't have to know how. If you believe it's possible, then you know it will happen. Okay, so just go there, let go of whatever was. You can either use the one we were using last year of like, I
Mhm.
release this, I let go of this, I clear this out, and then I choose to believe that I can, I have, I is possible, everything is possible. It's I have the power, I can do this, it's all upon me. I'm not 6 years old anymore. Like it's only here. I decided this is who I am successful, I can do it, I have it. Whatever you want to do, it's kind of just doing this shift of deciding, no, this no longer is controlling me, this is what I'm choosing. And just you stand up, very importantly, you stand up from that chair with that decision.
Mhm. I don't have the recording. If you can share it, perfect. Yeah, okay. So what about I have this idea. Also, what I want is really a success, but I want it to be like uh, easy in a way, or like a quick win, or like not being like all the hassle and so failing, and I'm doing something. I I don't know how to express it, but um I have like an idea. All that I want becomes gold. This is what I want to. What do you have something about this? How can I get this belief instead whatever I have,
Yeah.
or what
Well,
do you propose?
yes. Okay. So I want you to spend time on identifying how that version of you is, right? Like when you said there is someone who says, everything I touch becomes gold, or whatever you were, something similar, right? So, like the first thing in the morning, you have to embody that version, like consciously. You wake up and it's like, today I'm the person who everything I touch becomes gold. And you have to spend the day with this awareness, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a feeling inside of you. Like how does David, who touches everything becomes a gold, feels like?
Mm-hmm.
What is he telling himself?
Mhm.
What's the story in his head?
Uh,
Right? He does not say,
uh,
I keep failing and failing and failing and failing. He might says, I'm growing, I'm growing, I'm growing, I'm growing, I'm learning more and more and more, I'm gaining more and more experience, and it's fantastic. I love it. I
mhm.
love how much I'm learning from one day to another. It's a point of perspective. Someone who is touching anything becomes gold wouldn't use the word failure, because there is no such a thing in someone's identity who knows, like, that is, I am a born success. I just forgot. So it's the shift, that you start telling yourself until you walk it, you live it, you have to live it, right? So you have to do like, yeah, I'm a born success. Everything I touch turns to gold. And play with this idea. Like, you even, so funny, you can make jokes of it all the time, because I told you guys, the universe doesn't see the difference between you being cynical or saying something because you are cynical, or actually you meaning. There is no, like, it doesn't have sense of humor. It's just going to reflect what you are saying. So if you say to your even friends, but it's funny because usually we do the other way around. We make jokes out of our failure. And then we see more failure and we don't understand why. It's because the universe didn't get your joke. You know? So you want to joke with what you want to create. So you're saying like, I don't know, you are out with friends and somebody says, can you, oh, it's like whatever, going to say, oh, I can't pay for this drink because, I'm going to be paid only next week. And then you're like, I mean, and you say, oh, well, I can pay, I can invite you because everything I touch turns to gold anyway. So, and then ha ha ha, everybody laughs. But you know what you are saying, like you made a joke and then now it's just so light. Would your identity who is successful say a joke like that, for example? Like when it's easy for you to succeed, when things are working out for you, you would joke with things like that, no? Because you would feel super confident. So you would say things like that. And maybe, you would say as a joke, so, you don't show off, but you know what the truth is.
Mm-hmm. Great. Thank you for the answer.
Okay, very good, very good. Okay, awesome. We go on, Leo, going to connect. Let's see what is for you, the message today. How can Leo embody more and more of her true magnificence? Okay, so the first thing that comes to me is the word easy. It's I think that's really a little bit is with like David as well. Like I want it easy. So you kind of have a little bit obviously the same patterns, the same thought patterns, right? So in your case, also I feel that you are transitioning in the same way you are transitioning from difficult to easy, or this is at least also your transformation of because both of you are bringing the same idea from your parents that yes, it might be even that doesn't feel right. No, it's not even that it might be possible, but hard work, like effort, push, hard work, and then kind of like, and then we will see. There is not even promised anything at the end of that. So it's not like you work hard and then you get, no, it's even like you work hard and then, yeah, well, we will see. It's kind of like that there is no promised treasure at the end. And both of you are coming out of that first realizing like, oh yeah, that's like this is why I've had the experiences, my previous experiences, right? This is exactly the way I was thinking. This is exactly the way I was feeling. So this is exactly what I was experiencing, that I put so much work into what I wanted, but I really never had, or I was never taking the rewards out of this, or if I was taking it, it was just so much efforting that in the end it didn't taste so good because it just, it felt like I've just gave too much and this is all I get, kind of. So you are transforming that and it takes these realizations of like, oh yeah, well, okay, so in order for me to be able to create this easily, I have to believe that this can be done easily. So I have to believe that it can come easily, that I can be the identity who believes about herself, that it can be done the opposite way that my parents showed me or what I have seen around me. So I am the proof. I am going to be the proof that this can be done. But first is believing and then experiencing. It's not the other way around. And you try the other way around. It's like first I do it and then I'm going to experience it. But what I'm talking and we've been talking here, it's you being first. Like if you cannot believe that it's difficult, and then you do the work, and then you believe you get here and it's like, oh, it's going to be simple. No, it's simple. Like the experience gets simple because you embody the belief first.
Makes sense, yeah.
Makes sense. Okay. Yeah, as process, yeah, I don't feel like you need any process. It's just the understanding. It's a decision on the level of the mind where you say, no, no, like I can have it easy. And it's because I decided. So I have it easy and it comes to me. And so I keep telling myself the experience that I want to have. Like it does come to me. Everything I need comes to me. So I'm just the more and more and more and more I'm embodying that effortlessness, the more I see proof of this in my life, and then just become aware of the proof, like, oh yeah, that, this came so easily, and saying like, oh, thank you for that, and they're like, oh, please, more, but thank you for that. Guys, the more you acknowledge, you talk about it, you expand, you think about it inside of you, outside of you, it's going to expand. Awesome.
So yeah, I think there's really some truth to that, and interestingly, I feel that I'm not quite there, but I
Yeah.
think I really progressed quite a lot in this direction. And something I did previously was that I had some idea of myself, of my character traits or virtues or things that I wanted to embody, and then I was working towards that. But right now I don't have this goal. I don't have like an ideal version of myself anymore. It's not like now I want to transform into this better version of myself. I don't do this anymore. I'm like,
I love that,
okay,
because there is
yeah.
no such a thing.
Yeah.
Right? So you either are confident or you are pretending you're not confident. So you can't become anything because you either are or you are not. So the lie is the becoming part. Like you cannot become something you are. So it's a decision. You say like, well, until now, this is what I played that I am, and now I choose to play the opposite. Or like it's a decision that you make, and then you are that. You are not becoming it.
This is a really interesting observation, and yeah, so thank you for this message, and it really resonated, and I think yeah, so this and I'm glad that we have a similar approach or similar idea of what you want to experience, so that we are on the same page here. So.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Synergy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. Okay, awesome. There's no other thing. So, yeah, that was the message for you. You're doing very, very, very good job. Like, it's so immense, the path, the journey, the transformation you went through. So there is a huge acknowledgement on the other side for all of you. Okay, but of course right now I only focused on one thing, to what to do or what you need to hear. So but there's always, when I have longer time, it always comes with so much acknowledgement from the other side. We are so proud of you. You are just so amazing. You are like, you're doing so much and you're going through so much, and just allow it to be experienced, and the transformation, the light that you are the order to embody, the speed of how you are embodying this is just so crazy. So you have to know, like, this is huge acknowledgement and pride from all the guides, and of course, you were the one who decided to embody and incarnate into this, and do it on a physical experience as well, which that is one of the biggest thing nowadays, to be here. So everybody was like, yeah, guys, You're doing like even Adamu says many times, guys, like I wouldn't be there now in a physical body. Thank you. So you are doing an amazing job to even be able to just allow these crazy energies to work through you. So yeah, with that said, thank you for that. Okay, we're going to see Melita. Let's see what is the message here. Whoa, first of all, okay, so they are saying that you definitely, so we can see that you definitely were able to shift trains. So that's like, yes, there, like, yes, 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 we are so happy that that you abandoned the one that was going nowhere and you were able to slow down enough to be able to change and jump into the other train. The train you are right now goes and leads to absolute success. Your energy is very, very different. Your mindset, your attitude changed. So we just want to acknowledge that. I feel chills in the top of my head as well.
Let's have a drink. Right.
Okay, so compared to the last time where we did the channeling for you with Anche, it's very, very different. And what we were talking with you that at the beginning where you were and what kind of lightness and joy and faith and knowing you were and how that without you realizing you shifted into the effort, hard work, the lack of faith, and taking back control and doing everything me, and figuring out and like yeah, that was the big thing for you that you did now realize that you went back into the old habits of the 3D of the ego mind identity things that you learned from your parents and then you started to do that the little me, alone and needing to control everything and make things happen. And now I feel like you were able to shift back into that. No, it's not me, like it's again going back to that being and embodying again the being and creating from the knowingness, from the faith, from allowing, from allowing things to happen because the level of frequency, the vibration where you were, and this is what we were talking to you, right? The level where you were not allowing you to see the help and support around you. So the biggest thing for you was to come up to a level where you are available to miracles, where you are available to help and support. So you see it because it was there, but you couldn't see it from here. So that's awesome because we see that you have shifted, that you are a much higher vibration. Things are working out for you. There's more and more and more support coming in. So all you need to do is really to anchor down in the beingness of into who you truly are, which you are doing a great job.
Thank you. I've done a lot of work since the last channeling, really, really a lot of work. I mean, on all different levels. And I also do the family constellation.
How did that go?
Oh, gosh. I mean, it was just, I connected to an event which happened to my family in 1974 when my parents lost their property in Cyprus when the Turkish came in and they lost the property and this. And I was so much unconsciously attached to this loss,
Yeah.
So that I was always losing once one and another time again and again. And I was sort of so emotionally attached to that. I didn't realize it was such a big thing, you know, and it just popped out like, wow, I never thought of that. And it was like a big, heavy thing there. And yeah, and it was a very beautiful, intense way of solving it and letting it go and dissolve it into light. And so this definitely made a big shift. And then I'm actually daily working on my beliefs, affirmations, doing meditations once or twice a day, working consciously on that new image, on what I want and what I want for me, for the business, for my business partner. We're doing things together a lot. And Antje also made a family constellation. And I mean, we just, wow, you know?
Very, very, very good. That's what we said. You have so much guidance and help around you and support. So listen to the sign, listen to the calling. And that's, yeah, absolutely. That was a huge thing for you. And it's a huge release, which I totally see actually that how much that was lingering around and keeping you to a certain level of I would say that it was a ceiling of a belief that if I don't have much, I cannot lose much.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I prefer to have nothing, so nothing, they cannot take anything.
Exactly. Fear-based.
Yeah, yeah,
Deep, but
correct.
a very deep-rooted, you know?
Yeah,
Deep-rooted. And I think both of us had the pattern or similar patterns. That's why we, of course, you
match.
know,
Yeah.
gathered to start a business together. And so many things happened in the last week. It just, I mean, absolutely crazy. Even the clients I connect with, they sort of, I find more easy clients which are really vibrating with us,
Very
because that's what I want. I just go out there and I say, okay, I want clients who vibrate exactly in our level, that speak our language, and then that they understand what we offer.
Yeah.
And it's so amazing how it's happening, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
that suddenly you go like, wow, this is the perfect client. I just, when I go out, I just say, okay, I just want that client who matches with me and understands my message. And then you go to a place and suddenly, boom, you know, just, what the heck? They really exist.
Yeah. But you first embody that we are the one, and that's so beautiful, the one that the world or Baleares was waiting for. You are so unique in you as Simela and you as Anche and you as Peace Planet Food. You are so unique in who you are. And putting all this together in the way that you are, I mean, you are unique on planet Earth. There was never before and nobody ever going to be like you ever in the history of the universe and the existence, right? And that's true for all of you guys, by the way. So just give this a thought, like a minute. Like there is no other being like you in the whole entire existence of the history of the galaxies. Like you are uniquely put together with your unique knowledge and experience and gifts and talents and expertise and past and visions and everything, right? And then you bring another person as unique as you, and then you have a message, you have something that you see, this is who we are, this is what we want to create. And actually the business, you created the business as a means for your growth, not the other way around, because this business is showing you every way, every different aspects where you have to become aware and change and choose. So it's the opportunity, it every way is showing you, and it's intensely showing you. It's like, oh my God, this is what, like it's just kind of reflecting from every points of view. your the way you think, the way you believe. So you just look out as like, oh my God, okay, I come back and then I just choose, I decide, I choose differently. And that it's just basically a fast track. That this business is your fast track.
Actually, 3 weeks ago, when I was just about, I said, fuck all it, fuck all of it. I'll throw the towel. Why am I suffering here? What am I doing here? And then I said, stop. If I throw the towel now, I will never make that path of growth. I saw it very clearly that it was an invitation of a path of growth, but it was just so difficult at that moment, so hard, and so like, do I really have to push through this again? Once more in my life, push through something which is so hard and difficult. Why not take the easy path and just throw the towel? And then I said, no, it's easy to throw the towel. It's difficult to push through. So push through and go to the next level, because that's what I want.
Very good. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. You're doing an awesome job. So keep going. We have nothing else to tell you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Blessings to all the guides and spirit guides and GBAs and everybody who's helping us.
Yes.
Bless them all.
Oh, yes. So good. Right. Renate, let's see what is your message today. Live. Okay, your message is allowing yourself the joy. Okay, the joy. It's you. It's you giving yourself permission for enjoying life. There is no one out there. So if you were waiting for anyone else to give you this, well, you were waiting for yourself. So is really this saying, I'm done. Like, I'm done. I'm choosing to enjoy life, to enjoy my life in every possible way. Because the moment you allow joy, everything else starts to align with your joy. And you also have this pattern of eventually I'm going to achieve a place where then I'm going to have the joy, or then I'm going to have the rewards that I desire. And this is again a reminder that this is never going to happen, because this is a conclusion, it's a reflection of this. So basically, you deciding that from now on your priority is joy, from now on is you paying attention to the many different ways that you can give to yourself, that you can give permission to yourself to have more and more of the things you want, the more and more of the things you love, the more and more experiencing, more time, more things, more people, more, I don't know, whatever, more things that you love and enjoy. And then you bring this joy back into your life more and more every day. You become joyful, so everything else will start to be reflected from this state of being. So then more easier things will come. So everything will feel easier. And again, in your case, again, is that heaviness that it's so funny, because the pattern is for everyone here is the same. How interesting, right? So we are all in this, has to be efforted and hard, and you have to work hard, and there's no joy, and then you cannot have the playfulness and the easiness and the effortlessness of enjoying life and being who you truly are. And then this is what we need to understand, that it's you, like you become that, and then everything is going to align to that. So you cannot have easy clients if you are in a different consciousness. right? If you are like hard, building a business is difficult and I have to do a million things and I have to fail 100 ways, and then eventually one day after doing all these crazy things, I might be able to, be free and abundant and joyful. No, you will never be. Because it's not something you achieve, you become now. So you embody it now in your everyday, and then see how that changes everything else. It changes your way you do business. It's changing the type of clients you have. It changes the dynamics with your clients. It's changing the way they find you, even changes what type of clients you attract. If they are difficult or they are easy, if they have a million different questions and problems, or it's just an absolute hell yes. If you have to have, visit 100 houses or 10 houses, because it's aligning your reality, going to align with who you are being. So if I'm a joyful person who knows that everything is happening for me, it's my belief that if things can turn out well, they turn out fantastically. Okay, that's exactly the opposite of the law of Murphy. Law of Murphy is like, if something can go wrong, it will definitely go wrong. Well, and then, this laws of Murphy is just so well known around the globe. Everybody uses it. Oh yeah, that's the law of Murphy. It's because if it can go wrong, it will go wrong. Why there is no other, the opposite of that? Like, why nobody is teaching the opposite of, like, if something can go well, it will go fantastically well. And this is what I realized yesterday, because somebody was complaining about their wisdom tooth being pulled out, and they looked like if someone, beated them up. Blue, green, yellow, like that, big face. And it's 1 week since this operation happened, and poor them, they're still bleeding and it's still horrible and still not healed. And she was like complaining and like, oh, this is shit, that is shit, everything is shit, and I was listening, and I didn't realize then, but then I came back, and then my mother asked, so how about, what's up with this, friend of yours that you met? And I'm like, oh, poor her, she had this tooth pulled, and then it was horrible and it was difficult, and she's 1 week in and blah blah blah, and she was like bleeding, and she was bloated for like 2-3 days and couldn't sleep and a lot of pain, and then all of a sudden I remembered, like, I had my wisdom tooth pulled out last year, and it was so easy. I just found miraculously the perfect doctor, and it was the easiest thing ever. Like, I was so afraid, but it was just like 5 minutes, and he was like, done. And I was like, done? Like, so fast, I didn't feel anything. It's like, yeah, it's like, take these things if you like have any pain. And I was like, yeah, whatever. I didn't even take it out. I left it in the recipe. I didn't care. It's like, yeah, it won't hurt. I took one painkiller and the next day, and that was it. I was done with my thing. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, Mom, do you know what I just realized? That everything that happens to me is always super easy. It always works out so well, and I'm always lucky in everything. And I said that out loud, and then I was like, oh my God, like, it's how I always think about. Like, if things can go well, they will actually go fantastically well every time, in everything, all the time. And that's my belief. So you might want to embody some type of beliefs like that, like, things always work out for me. Things always work out for me. So somebody says, for example, oh, you were so lucky that you find the parking place just in front of the shop. And then you say, well, actually, things always work out for me. Well, I even said something like that the other day to someone, and he said, like, wow, that's a belief. And I'm like, that's a belief that I'm consciously choosing to tell myself every freaking day. So guess what? I have proof of it every single day. No, it's not a coincidence. No, it's not luck. It's deliberate creation. So I don't know how that came into the whole teaching, but Renate, you got it. Like you choose to be joyful, and everything else aligns with that. So you can live. You can start living your life. There's nothing to wait for.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that because just for what happened with my brother, I told you. So I thought, the life could be short, and
We don't really
I
hear you though. It's very, very, very. Do you guys hear her? No, nobody's hearing you.
You hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
now we do.
Okay. No, I just say that the week before I just I say, well, now it's enough. I want that it's easy and the life could be short, and I'm tired that everything always goes so it have to be it I know, because I practice that before the things working out well, and I go to the shop and I say, well, I work a little bit and I earn very, very much. And that was like it goes easy, and I have this belief, but I don't know. Then I lost this, and it was like I was in a
You're not
world.
conscious. It's okay. We do this. That's why I talked today about being it, like doing it daily, because it tends to go, if we don't pay attention, it kind of goes like, and it goes back to the, like, we tend to pick up on the people around us if we are not conscious, because you look around and everybody's there, all the beliefs are negative, all the time complaining, nothing is working out, common economy is a big pile of shit, we are going to, the end, the world is going to end, the third world war is coming. Like, this is the consciousness where the majority of the people are. So if you are not consciously keeping up with your beliefs and insisting in your beliefs, you're going to kind of start picking up around the people you are spending time with.
Yeah, and also in like in the job, the till the boss change is a big difference, because the old boss was very always positive, always saying, well, Renate, you can do it. Why you ask me? You know it. And then the new boss is a little bit like a super controlling freak, and then in this moment I changed also. Said I just realized it now. Today also he make a comment and say, well, that's really really worse. And I say, well, I just leave this comment. Is his feeling, his imagine, and that's it. But before, I don't realize it. It's just now. It's like something goes away from my eyes, and I leave him with his shit.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's such a big thing that you are not reacting anymore to the 3D. This is a huge shift, because that was, we talked about this before, right? That 3D can be the way it wants to be. I know who I am. So the no reaction to it, it's a huge transformation. It's like, yeah, whatever. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, because I get how it's not tengo más ganas.
To fight with the illusion. Yes, that's what you want to say. You don't have any more, like, you don't give your power away to the illusion. Exactly. Why would you? It's like that's the reflection, right? We talked about, it's a reflection. So why would you spend any energy on trying to change anything on the reflection in the mirror when you know it's the mirror? You're like, why would I be that stupid to like waste my energy? Your energy is comes in words, inside of you, in what you're telling yourself, in the story you're telling yourself. And oh my God, guys, you know this woman, this Gemma that I told you about, that she changed her autistic child to a completely different child, and then she changed her other child who was lacking confidence, no friends, very bad marks at school, she wouldn't talk to anyone, very insecure. She changed that child into the most secure child in the class and the most friends and the best, student. And now the teachers are calling her in and asking, what the heck? What therapy did you take your children to? Because they are completely different children. In a few months, what did she do? I talked to her for 2 hours. We called each other because I reached out to her because I was like, I love your stories. Let's connect. And then we talked, and she said like I don't know, dozen other stories, miracle stories after miracle stories of like, no, I just say that this is how it is. Like I declare what I want, the same Simela said, right? I declare, like I meet only clients for today, for example, you say, I only meet today clients who are absolutely aligned with who I am and my message. And you don't doubt that, you don't question it, you know it. And she mastered this again, guys. She did not wake up next day and then she was already a master in this. She did it every freaking day, because I asked her, she said, I did it as my life depended on this, because it did. So every day, hours and hours I spend with my inner world. And I came to this power that I said, no, what I declare is it's so, and I'm not going to waver, like 0% waver. If I said something, I stick to that, because my words are law. I know how the law works. So it works through me. It does not manifest what I think, what I feel, what I want, what I need, it manifests who I am. So if I say something, I'm not going to waver. I'm going to stick to it, even if I don't see proof, even if I know that it's how it is, and how I'm going to have an experience of that if I don't waver and I stay until the end in peace and then in knowing. Even if, and then there was a crazy story, and I want to share with you, if you want to stay for 3 more minutes. She's like, I ordered from Google, like, because it's just so crazy, the story of how much you don't waver. So she said, like, I ordered goggles from Amazon for my son to go swimming, and then we had to leave already, and it didn't arrive yet. But I said, we're going to have the goggles before we leave to your swimming class. And the son was, but mama, we have to leave, and then the glasses are still not here, and then I cannot go. And like, it was like, it's fine. It's going to arrive by the time we leave. It's like, but how do you know we have to leave? It's like, it's going to arrive because I said so. So they go out, there's still nothing. They are in the car, they need to leave. They're like 10 minutes, the class starts, and then they have exactly, that much time to get there. There was no proof yet that is going to arrive. And she's like, I was sitting, at the driver's seat. I put the engine on. I turned the engine on, and I was like, Gemma, you cannot waver. Like you said it, you have to stay with this. No wavering. So she was like, it has to come now. It has to come now. Now. It has to come now. Like, I know it. Like, I know it. And they had 1 minute, guys, 1 minute until they had to leave, because otherwise they wouldn't get there. She's like, all of a sudden there is a white van coming like crazy with 200 per hour, and it's like stops you from the house, and it's like, wee, and then it's like the guy didn't even have time to get out of the car, because I jumped out and I was like, thanks for the goggles. And then jumped in the car, and then we went, and it's like, you see, here you go, your goggles, like now you can have the swimming class. And she was like, I could have wavered like 1,000,000 times, because I could to change my mind and doubt. It's like, but I cannot, I'm God, and I said so. Like, how can I, how can I, what is the word? Become unfaithful to me, or it's like there's another word betray myself. Exactly. Like, how can I cannot betray myself. Like, it's how the law works. So this huge trust and knowing that she has in her words, in her presence, in her power. I was listening to her and I'm like, it was reminding me of the times when I was so unwavering. When Alice was going crazy, like, oh, but next tomorrow we have to leave the house. And I was just, I don't know, I just said to her, I know, but it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. It's coming. Like, I don't know how and when, but I know. So just don't panic, relax. Let's have a coffee. Let's go out. All is fine. And I went back over and over and over again. I'm like, why I didn't waver? There was no proof. No proof. Zero proof, but I didn't waver. I said, we're going to be fine. We're going to have a house. I don't know. We're going to have a house and that's it. So just listen to this. Remember this as the knowledge of today, like no wavering. If you said so, stick to that. And that's how this blind knowing is going to create everything you want, because you are like, it has to be like that because I said so, because I decided, because I'm being it and I'm not wavering, I'm relaxed, I'm staying in this knowing. And then the law, the universe is reflecting you. So if you are not wavering, the universe is not wavering. If you are not betraying yourself, the universe is not betraying you. Because you are the universe. It's you. So when we finally understand that you cannot pretend that you believe and waiting for the proof, because you are the proof. So it's not working, right? So you have to, you be that, and then you have a reflection of that. It's you first. So just know this example that I said, because it's just, for me, was like, oh fuck, yes. Thanks for reminding me that it's me. There is no one out there. It's not the universe giving it to you and then you're like, yeah, I'm going to wait until I get it. No. You give it. You want it. You have it. And you stay in the having of that goggles until you see proof of it. Super cool. Okay, guys, it was so awesome. This call, very, very excited.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Agnes.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Was good. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.